So here we are, the next part of our walk. This is Hawne Woodland next to the park itself. It's just really beautiful because you've got a little valley going right away to the bottom, and that brings you out to the bottom main road down to there. And then we've got a little stream that runs round to that corner. But where we're heading is right away in front, going up that path that will bring us to another road closer to the corngreaves. But if I pan around to show you, you can just see this place is just really beautiful, and this is actually on my doorstep. And this is one reason why I love coming down to here, because there isn't many places like this where you just walk out your door. You've got this like in the main built up area. But I mean, I could just imagine though, back in the old days when that was a farm right away to the top, Hornbank farm I believe it was, and then you had all factories, different things, coal mines. It was different living back in those days. And the landscapes have really changed to what you see today. Some of it has really stayed the same from when it was in the old days. I can imagine parts of this was actually wooded back from them. But it's just stunning. I mean, the rain's supposed to be kicking in any minute. It's supposed to come down really heavy. But I'm actually lucky, it's not actually raining at the moment. It's actually drizzling sort of, but I'm protecting my camera with the umbrella. But I mean, you can just see how muddy it really is over it, all the mud stretching all the way down. I believe it gets muddy as you get further down that path down the bottom. But you can just see down onto this section, if I zoom in, it's very muddy down there and all saturated. Can just see various things into the ground there. It's like got that orange colour to it. So I think there is some sort of reaction going on underneath the ground causing that orange colour itself. But I think some of that water is all saturated from the ground, what we're standing on right away now. And I think it does join up to another section where the storm drain leads into that stream itself. So on bad weather days, that storm drain adds much more water to it. And I think if I got down to the bottom, it would be much more higher than what it usually is on certain days. And I am curious to see if the River Stour is a little bit more higher today. It means we've had quite a lot of rain and also the snow a couple of nights ago. So it did actually snow. I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning and it was about that deep. Woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning and it vanished. I think the rain removed all the snow that was on the ground. It was a shame because I was hoping, because I had the day off the next day, to come right away out and film a nice winter video with all the snowfall. But I mean, on the day like today, you really do get that nice winter effect. Very cold, no leaves on the trees. Just gives that nice scenery into the distance. But let's go and explore the rest of Hawne Woodland and go and see what it's got to offer. It's a really lovely place. Wow, what a place, Hawne Woodland and Hawne Park. It's got something special about it. I just really love this black country walk all the way to the corngreaves. I mean, it never gets boring each time you walk down to it because you've got all the scenery. You've still got the trees with all the autumn effect on, just like right away in front. I mean, you can see that one there with the nice colours going right away to the top. Wow. and then you've got the views right away into the distance. And what sometimes spoils your walks is seeing bags into trees, a lot of litter. I have noticed in the last few years going on walks like this, a lot of rubbish has been ended up to places, being fly tipped, just randomly dumped. I've noticed quite a lot of the dog bags with poo into them gets thrown into the trees and just hangs there. Haydenhill Park is actually one place where you find quite a lot of it. I just can't see why people can't take it home just to put in the bins, or put in the bins provided that are nearby to put those bags in. It's not really that hard, it just destroys the environment, it destroys the scenery. But overall, it is definitely a nice place. So the back up to there where the housing estate is, I think that was actually the farm back in the old days. It was right away to the top. And I mean, once more, it is a shame to see we lost something like that, because it had a lot of history behind it and something to do with the mining as well at the same time. And the farmhouse really did have some nice architecture, and that dated back as well. So your walks are never boring, you always find history and various different things along the way. I mean, you might just take a random path like this and discover something what you've never seen before. And that's what I tend to do, is look into detail and see what I can find. But it does make you wonder what part of this area past the farm was back in the old days. I think right away to the bottom you had Drew's Forge, you had a big massive pool at the bottom down to there. There was many other industries right to the bottom of that area. I did cover a Black Country video. I think it was exploring the Black Country, Hawne Park, where we moved all the way through here, covered history and went right away to the bottom. But wow, I don't think I've got the right footwear on today. You can just see I've got some basic shoes on. But I'm taking my time in case, I nearly slipped. This is why you're supposed to put really good footwear on in the winter. I've got some summer shoes on, so it's not that good. So I'm going to be very, very careful. I mean, always put your safety first when you're going on winter walks. Make sure you've got the correct footwear, because only one slip and you can cause a serious accident. I mean, I've had a few close ones the other day. I slipped right away down and skidded down a bank. And there was another one, what I did, I think it was another Black Country thing, and I went skidding down a path, hurt my back and my bottom. I was in pain for a couple of days, and that was for having the incorrect footwear on. But I mean, you can just see as well where somebody else has gone absolutely skidding down this path down to there. So it goes to show. But I think it's brought us out to the bottom of the road any second now, so we should walk down to there, then join onto the corngreaves. This is actually the route what I take to get down to there much more quicker than if you walk the road and carry straight on down to the bottom where the old Clancy's used to be. But wow, there is a turning there, and there is a turning on the right. The right turning takes you to Horncery, past the junction there, down to the hay seach, and if you kept going down it will take you to the gun barrel. But we'll take this way and we'll go to the River Stour walk, which is my favourite. So right, this should definitely be the end of the Horn Woodland, backing off to the road now. It's like I said, it's nice to have something local just to walk to and enjoy. But there we go, that's the end of that. Really enjoyed coming through that itself. So right, here we are, we've made it to the road, just right away in front. If I pan around, you can see the road there, Stour Close, and it goes round the corner there. So it should bring us round to another alleyway, then right away down closer to the corngreaves. So right, here's that alleyway just right around to the left. I think it is this one. So we've got to walk down to here. And then if we take the right turn, it should bring us right away down to the bottom by the steps. Just right away in front is really cool, because I did see some old photos going back another couple of weeks ago of the old Clancy's factory. So all the houses there used to be Clancy's. Many of the older generations may remember that factory. But this area here has really changed from the last time I've ever come down to here, because you can just see all the trees have been cut back. It's all been well maintained, so you can see to the bottom of where the new housing estate is. But I mean, you never used to be able to see down to there. It does bring back memories for me one more time, because I do remember when the Clancy's factory used to be there. I used to walk all the way down this road and remember seeing it in a very derelict state, never seeing all the windows smashed. I was curious to go and take a look, but I never really bothered when I was younger. I mean, I only got into this type of stuff after I left college, so I didn't really get into that kind of things back then. But one more time, I would love to see what the inside of the factory really looked like, because it does date back. So like I say, we do lose quite a lot of things. Then overall, it turns into new houses. Quite a lot of houses are being built on top of factories, what was there back from the past. So it is very muddy on here. So we've got to go down there now, and the corngreaves is right away to the bottom on the right. So right, here we are, we've made it the River Stour walk going all the way down the corngreaves LNR. Just by the back we've got the big corngreaves hall, got the main gates. I would love to see very close to that, but you can't get much views of it because of all the trees. But I was right, the River Stour is really flooded. That's why I wanted to come down to see it. It's getting much more higher because we got more rain throughout the day. So I bet you it's going to get much more higher, possibly even higher tomorrow. So here we are, got a path right away in front. It is a lovely place, the River Stour section down by the corngreaves. It never gets boring for me because every time I walk down to here, there's always something to see once more. I call this the industrial trail because you had all the stuff down here. There used to be a tube works, Vale tube works. Further behind what this area used to look like going from this angle from where the mine was. You wouldn't really believe it with the history wise once more. But there we go, we can just see the River Stour really flooding bad. So I mean, you can just see right away to the back, that little brick wall, if I zoom in. That used to be part of the Vale tube works, I believe, the old brick wall, and the part here from where we're standing. I mean, for many people that want to realise what that is, well, I just can't believe that, it's really high. But you may have seen before, I've done a video on this section down here for exploring the Black Country. We'll drop a link in the description in case you're interested in watching it one more time. But I did cover history and information about Horncery, how it had a tramway that went right away over to join to the top coal mines, then to the main railway loop for what the coal mines actually served. So I will quickly show you on the way down to here from where that tramway actually was. I just can't believe this. Look at the Stour from this corner. Wow, that is really high. I remember standing a little bit further down to there, so imagine standing in that, it probably will come up to your head sort of. It's really high up. Like I say, if we have any more rain, that is going to burst the banks. It might come to there tomorrow and it could flood over this section. Because I will show you the weather map one more time. It is going to be really abysmal. We've got heavy rain this afternoon, heavy rain tomorrow morning. Bit drier, but then the rain kicks back in again for the rest of the week. So that is not good on rivers like this. Also the River Severn, you can imagine that one's really flooding bad. But you really do get a nice view of the River Stour as it's a bit more higher up. More old brick walls there, so that's actually part of the tube works once more. I think it might have been a bridge that come over to this section, but I think the workings used to be on this side here. It could have been this side or it was on that side there for where the road was. But you can just see a lot really changes with an area every time I've been. Trees get cut down, I've noticed that's all changed there. Because there used to be quite a lot of trees covering the back section and it's actually revealed a nice open space. But the view of that is really spectacular. So here we are, going back to Horncery. You may have heard me mention about a tramway that used to go all the way over the River Stour back in the old days. You can just sort of see it a little bit more better in the winter period, right away there. There's the old brick wall evidence of the tramway. It used to go right away over. That went to the other side where it's a little bit more higher up and joined that section with the tramway going all the way to the bottom, closer to Timber Tree Colliery. But wow, what a special place. I've really enjoyed this walk coming down to this section as well. It's been a while since I've come down to the river walk. It's usually my everyday walking route from time to time. And I thought I'd like to share it with you, why not? Wow, beautiful colours in that tree. And then we can see that bit has changed as well. I think quite a lot of trees have been cut back on that section, and that goes all the way up to Halesowen Park. It is the muddy section, so if you do walk that way you do need the correct footwear on. Well, I've seen how high up the River Stour is closer to the gun barrel. I bet it's really high on that section. Wow, look at that full view though guys, going all the way to the bottom. You can just really see how high the river is itself with the width going all the way across. Wow. Well, I mean, it has surprised me over here because of all the leaves that I'm still on the trees, especially in December. You'd think most of them would have vanished by now, but all the autumn leaves are still on some. I think it's the weather conditions what we've had really, because it's been mild, it's been warm, and then all of a sudden we've had all this cold, making things different to what it should be. But here we go, you can just see we've got a little bay there. It's formed like a little beach with all sand going all the way down, so you can just see the River Stour has been to that section, but I think it is going down, which is a good sign. So it isn't raining bad at the moment, so I'm guessing it would come to there. If anybody's after seeing this video, then definitely come down and let me know how bad the River Stour is in the next couple of days, because I'm at work all week so I can't come down and check it. But that is really deep. I just really can't get over that really. Well, I mean, you can just see from this corner. Wow. So right, here we are, we've made it to the gun barrel. It's very noisy because the river is flowing right away underneath the bridge, and you can really see how high the River Stour is, because just right away in front you can just see the very top of the bridge there it's very high. Usually when it's very low you can see the full arch going right away underneath, but look at that trickling all the way down just by my feet. But I mean, I'm going to get off here because if that brick wall gives way, I'm in that drink. So right, that's the Corngreaves Nature Reserve covered. What a nice walk that was. Got a sign greeting us all the way in onto the corner. And then you can just see we've got the gun barrel right away in front. That date's old once more, especially the River Stour section that goes onto the corner. I did see some old interesting photos on the internet of the gun barrel section and a little weir going right away to the bottom. Much has really changed with it. I think there is a date up to there, but I can't see what it says. I think it's 19 or 18, could be 1901 it says on the top, I could be right. But that is appearing right the way there. I think it is 1901. And then just journeying a little bit further down, we have got the views from where we were sitting right away to the bottom. Look at that. So right, this is the gun barrel section. I think the weir used to be right away back over there somewhere. So it used to be different back in the old days. I think I am correct. Look at that, it's much more higher at this section. So this is actually another nice walk. It cuts to the back of Sheila Road. So it goes right away to the top following the River Stour one more time. And I know this is actually another industrial trail because back in the old days there used to be a private mine right away to the back, and how I found out about this was from the Coal Authority website, finding where the old shafts used to be situated, also comparing to the old OS maps. You can just see there was a mine over here. I never knew there was actually a mine. Picture on for you now as well, so you can just see one of the mine buildings. That's no longer there anymore. So you see we've lost quite a lot of old interesting industry. This nice look back of what was really there. But it is another nice walk, so you can follow this to go to Sheila Road, but then it cuts off. You've got to walk all the main roads to go all the way to Halesowen, where you join back onto the River Stour section a little bit further on. Wow, this has really changed here. You can just see one of the big trees what have fell. It's give way from all the rain what we've had, the bad weather conditions. Just right away in front it has caused sort of a blockage in the River Stour, caused it to create a dam going right away to the bottom. It's a shame to see things like that, but it was on a bad angle, so the weight of it, he probably just couldn't cope anymore. But just imagine how many years that tree's been growing onto this section here for where we're standing. I'm guessing this is all going to landslide in because it does look very unsafe, so I am going to move from here. And you can see all the brick wall leading all the way down, another stunning section of the River Stour. Wow, so that's about it today for the walk. I've really enjoyed coming all the way down to the corngreaves and then through to the section from where we are to Sheila Road. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have today. But it's nice to get outside the house, especially how we've got all this abysmal weather all week. It's got to be non-stop. So I'm fingers crossed the next couple of days I can get back out and do a proper full film in the Black Country or some other interesting things. But stay tuned, I have got some really good content coming, some stuff what I've never filmed before, and one of them is actually in Seaston. I've got one of the old Union workhouses to film, all the old ruins. I've also got another exploring the Black Country to go and film when the weather's all good, and that is actually the railway line going all the way to Wolverhampton. That is on my list to do as soon as possible, because I keep trying to go and do it, but with a weather like this you can't cycle, it's just really horrible. So fingers crossed, next week I believe the weather's got to pick up. So this week, what we're on now, it's not very nice to go out. I think Saturday and Friday has got to be the worst day. But it's just nice to get out while it's like this. Not too bad at the minute, but it's going to get worse within the next couple of hours or so. But see you soon, and thank you for watching my favourite walking routes.